what's his name? The basketball guy, uh, Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban. He got wrecked like last year. And there were a lot of people following his Twitter account and investing based on stuff that he was putting out there. And that dude got wrecked because the a token that he was basically shilling, billionaire was shilling. I don't think he was shilling on purpose, but yeah, that's what the end result was because people were following him. And he was like, he wasn't really promoting it, but he was saying good things about it without having done not a bit of technical research or technical analysis. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong term, but yeah, maybe research on the company because they went belly under in like a day. Token dropped to zero from whatever price it was. It was like up there, and the price was going up as he was talking about it. Just like when Elon Musk says stuff and Dogecoin goes up. I got my wife out of Dogecoin back last summer, I think it was, when we were in Georgia. Elon Musk was about to be on Saturday Night Live, and I said it ain't gonna go up when he talks. I said, you buy the rumor or you buy the lead up to an event, and then you sell before the event. That's just what I did in the stock market, and that's just a fundamental thing that you do. But she and my brother-in-law wanted to get in it, and they were happy waiting to watch him on Saturday Night Live. And we were in the parking lot at our hotel to see my daughter the next day. But he started talking, and literally as he was talking, the coin started going down. And it was back then, it was like 20 cents, and it kept going down and kept going down. And they were like, crap. And she lost a few $100s that night, but it was a lesson that she had to learn that, you know, I wasn't mad at her or nothing. I just wanted her to see for her own self. I'm just trying to pull it up here for you. Uh, And she saw for herself. And back then, I'm going to this page specifically. Back then, Dogecoin was 20 cents, and everybody thought it was going to recover. Every coin does not recover in a bear market. Most of them do very bad. They drop 80, 90% from their all-time highs, and then they either go out of existence or they don't recover. So when you look at the all-time high here, this is what Dogecoin looks like. When was this? May of 2021. Yeah, this is where it was because it was at like 70 cents. So I can even pinpoint probably when we were visiting my daughter based on this because this was, well, it was around 70 cents and they thought it was about to go to the moon. And right there where it's at 68 cents, that was May. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you see this, Breezy. I don't remember when we were visiting you. I have to look. But Dogecoin went up here. When he started talking, it started coming down. Some fake pumps up and kept on going down, kept on going down. And it has not recovered. And that's been over a year or about to be a year. In May, it'll be a year. It may do some stuff because they're trying to force the issue and make Dogecoin accepted, trying to create use cases for it. But real traders know it's still just a meme coin. Sorry for all you Doge fans out there. Now, don't get me wrong. I have made money on Doge, lots of money on Doge, but I don't hold that crap. I do it like a day trader. I see something fundamental that looks right on the charts in my 4 hour time frame, and I will trade the hell out of Doge and make my money that day and be out of it. That's just how I treat it. It ain't one that I'm going to ever hold. It's at 13 cents right now, and everybody is waiting for it to go to a dollar. I'll see y'all on the other side of that one. Let's see, I'm down now. It was at 444. Just want y'all to see how the market moves as I'm talking on this video. And I don't even like sweat. So I'll go in here sometimes, and this is not saying plus 40 in 24 hours. It may say minus 50 or minus 60 in 24 hours, depending on what the market did. You have to have the mindset that you are going to just let this stuff sit there and do what it does, which is continue to grow because it will. It don't go up and stay up. So I was on Domi Coin here. I'm in that. I'm giving away to my friend, very, very good friend, 1,000 of these tokens, hoping that it helps his life out at some point. He's over in Africa, and and he was just floored, when he heard that. So he knows a little bit about crypto, but I want to take some time and teach him. Just like I teach my other family and friends, I'm going to do some Zoom calls with him and just get on there and make sure he knows some stuff because he knows a little bit about crypto, but based on what I saw on the text, uh, got to be careful, because you're definitely gonna get wrecked, with out knowing some fundamentals and knowing how to look at these charts and stuff. But with this one, this Domi coin, you don't have to do nothing. Just set it and forget it. Just like that like some kind of cooking thing that was on one of those infomercials. The saying is set it and forget it. That's what you do with Domi coin because it's going to the moon. And that's just me saying that none of this stuff that I'm telling you today is financial advice. It is just entertainment and me letting you know my journey and what I'm doing. I suggest that you learn some fundamentals yourself. Talk to a broker if you need to, because I'm not a broker, not your broker. And just go to YouTube University. This stuff is out there for free. I mean, I tell family and friends all the time. I've even had a very good friend of mine that's a nurse suggest that I charge people. I just don't feel like that's morally right for me. So I'm like, I learned it all for free at my YouTube University, finding stuff and then doing research online outside of YouTube and learning how to chart, learning these fundamentals and testing stuff out, testing theories out, testing out how I'm going to do things, doing research. And that's all. I did all of that and it didn't cost me a dime. When I was trading stocks. It didn't cost me a dime to learn how to options trade because it's out there. You got people who are doing this stuff, out of the goodness of their hearts online. Now everybody's trying to make a bag. I mean, I don't crap on nobody's hustle. Want to do that, that's fine. And some people need that. Some people need to feel like they are getting something by paying for it. I don't hate on that either. I mean, if you want to pay some money to feel like you're getting exactly what you need and you can go and get a refund if something ain't right or you got a recourse or something, I say go for it. But for me, I've always been like hard work, pedal to the metal, you know, uh, get my hands dirty, figure stuff out myself, and I do well that way. And I get great results, and I'm responsible for my results, not somebody else. So I won't crap on people paying people. Everybody got to get a hustle. In fact, if you ain't figured out a hustle since COVID started, you just don't want to hustle, or you ain't got it in you to hustle because there's too many opportunities out there since COVID. You know, there's hustles to be made. There's stuff, businesses that you could have started. There's stuff that you can do. And I know everybody got to work, everybody got to do stuff, but there's stuff that you can do that you could have done, and I'm calling it hustle like it's a bad thing, but it just means putting your nose to the grindstone and doing something productive with your skill set. So that's just me on my soapbox for a minute. Let me get back to this because I'm almost finished. That's why I'm there because I'm down here to my stable coins and my transfers and stuff. So the reason I hold UST, I told you about that just a second ago or a little while ago, in comparison to USDT. It's in the Luna ecosystem, and it's another play on free money. I don't hold this much UST by itself because I pair it with Luna or I pair it in the Anchor protocol and yield farm and get passive income. I like waking up after sleeping for about 2 or 3 hour power nap I don't sleep, y'all. I'm constantly trading or researching or doing something, finding stuff out. Because I mean, literally, they're trading overseas while we're sleeping in the market. You wake up and stuff is gone to hell in a handbasket. So I set tight alerts at nighttime when I'm supposed to be asleep. And if any of my alerts are hit, I'm up looking to see what's going on. I move stuff. I'm constantly like strategizing, and that's why my portfolio typically stays green even during all of this bear stuff. You know, and I was of the mindset at one point of holding, and everybody in my family that knows about this, I was a Cardano addict, and I had like roughly 80% of my portfolio in Cardano, and 20% I was messing around with other stuff. And then I kept seeing other people winning with other projects and stuff. I'm like, dang, Cardano's taking forever. I could have been in that project or I could have been in that one, and so when I changed my mind about being diamond hands, graphene hands, little term I made of holding Cardano, I literally ended up selling all of my Cardano. I started getting out of it a little bit at a time, a little bit here, a little bit there, because I was in profit. I got into Cardano at like 68, close to 70 cents. A lot of people got into it the year before me and a couple years before that, and they were in it in the teens. So that's why a lot of Cardano holders don't care about what's happening in the market, because most of them are either rich already right now because they got in the pennies or whatever, or they got in like me. And when I first heard about Cardano, it was like 30 some cents, but I was winning with so much other stuff at that time. I was like, I'll get a little bit of it, but I'm not, about to load up. But then I started learning about it and seeing what they were doing in Africa and the fundamentals. And I love the Charles Hoskinson guy, the CEO. And so I became a convert. I dumped a whole boatload of stuff into Cardano to the point where it was 80% of my portfolio, and it won for a minute. It went up to $3, and I started dollar cost averaging out at $3 and put money into other stuff because I read charts. I look at the charts and I saw that it wasn't strong there, and things were not progressing like they should. Stuff was being delayed, and that's not to hate on Cardano. That's just, if you're in this market to try to make money, you got to make money. So once I got down to just the principle, I used all my profit, moving profit into other stuff, and I'm down to principle. I'm like, Cardano ain't made a move yet, and this is like a few months that passed. I started eating away at the principal to the point where I was finally just like, okay, when it was going down, didn't recover. When it got down to like low $2, that's when I got all out, and I'm glad I did because where's Cardano right now? I'm just gonna pull it up for you. I actually have it on this chart, $1.03. So I would have lost 100% or went down 50% of whatever my value is from $2 to here. I'm not maybe doing that math wrong. I know if I was at $1 and I went to $2, it's 100%. So I guess it's the same in reverse. Uh, it was $2 and something. I would have been down to $1 right now, and that's ADA. ADA is the term. ADA USD is because it's being measured in US dollar. That's Cardano sitting there at $1.02, and it just does not look fundamentally sound. This is the daily chart, and this trend is down. And I know the whole market is down right now, but Cardano has a unique way of always being down. They'll have these little fake out relief rallies every now and then, and they're always down. So I got out of Cardano. If I see Cardano start to move, I'm not hating on it. I'll invest in Cardano again. When that trend changes, I will. But right now, if I was still sitting there waiting for Cardano to do what they say it's going to do, maybe go to $8 or $10 from the price that it was at $2, that would have been like a 4x. If it goes to $8 or $10 now, it'll be, an 8x or a 10x. But Cardano don't move like the rest of the market. Other stuff will start recovering. FTX token up 6% now in 24 hours. What else? Binance up 5% in 24 hours. Trius up 4% in 24 hours. So, but Cardano don't recover like that. So I'm trying to make money. I trade. I don't day trade everything. I just trade to position myself in the best tokens based on the market. So anyway, I hold Terra UST to pair it with Luna and to pair it in the Anchor protocol to make passive incomes. And the reason I got off on the tangent is because I will wake up and see that, I've made 10, $15,000, and don't get me wrong, these are unrealized gains. So if anybody, IRS, whoever think that they, trying to say some crap to me, they're unrealized gains. I have not cashed out anything. I don't sell stuff. I will swap it on decentralized exchanges and stuff so that I can move stuff around without, having losses on exchanges and having exorbitant fees. There you have to find the proper protocols to move stuff, and I'm glad I'm segueing into that because it's cheap to move stuff on Terra, the Terra network. Over here on Ethereum, it costs a boatload. I mean, I know you've heard the stories, and it's true. I literally had to pay for I was moving just a few $100s, and they wanted me to pay gas fees of a few $100s. And I was like, hell no. I just let that token sit there. I'm like, I am not. It was in one of my portfolios that I had from my days with Momentum Studio. And I wanted to move some of those tokens over into here from my MetaMask wallet. And they wanted these exorbitant gas fees. And I was like, no, I'll just let it sit there. Ain't no way I'm paying that unless there's some kind of cross chain bridge. And that was back then. And I'm glad there are cross chain bridges now, but I'm still letting them sit there. But yeah, I just let it sit there because when you bridge stuff over from Ethereum, then you pay cheaper gas fees. And Terra's one. Down here are all of my tokens. Most of the tokens down here are ones that I use to move money around. Binance Smart Chain, Binance International. You can't really trade on anymore. I used to be able to by using a VPN. My favorite one down here, Surfshark. I also have PIA on other computers and on my network in the house. So I'm completely firewalled here, with VPNs and malware protection and stuff on the router and on the devices. So, but yeah, Binance Smart Chain is one that you can swap and stuff on. But if you try to trade on the actual exchange, you won't pass what's called KYC, which is Know Your Client, because they don't do business in the USA. There's some other platforms that don't do business in the USA, but they still allow you to trade if you have a VPN and say you're from another country. And I find that the best country to be from when you're using the VPN, you'll see it right here, Brazil. Brazil, you can trade everywhere if you're from Brazil. So I would change my VPN to Brazil, and then I can trade on most exchanges. Binance International will not let you do that anymore. You have to be from where you have to produce documents, driver's license, passport, something like that. But there are exchanges that will let you trade without KYC, know your client. Also, regulation is going to be implementing AML, which is anti-money laundering, and that's what Congress is trying to do right now. They got crazy crypto bill that passed, which is the reason why I'm pissed off with this administration because nobody that knew about crypto or knows crypto was involved in that bill. And it's just basically, you know, they almost made it criminal without even understanding crypto and the effects of the bill. So, they pissed off a very active community of people, traders that got money. So, I hate to say it, I've always been independent, leaning left, but now that I'm doing this right here, trying to get this, 3, 4x from where it's at right now, I'm thinking a whole different way. And it's like, yeah, I normally vote, and I'm not trying to get political here. Never try to influence people in that way. Vote whatever your conscience tells you. But when I have voted for Gus Billirakis before. He's a Republican, and I voted for Democrats before, all up and down the line, mostly Democrats. But Republicans that I align with, which Gus Bilirakis I align with because he actually helped us out with a military matter when we were trying to get my son from the Air Force in Montgomery or in Alabama where we were living down here to Florida. I contacted the Florida congressman in the district where we were moving to, and he literally reached out and helped us and got him onto an officer base, MacDill Air Force Base, which what I heard at the time was hard and almost damn near impossible, but he made it happen. So he has my undying loyalty, you know, for what he did for us, like however many years ago that was. I don't even remember how many years ago it was. Thinking it might have been close to 10 years. But I'm a fan of Gus Bilirakis, so I vote for him. And there's a few other Republicans that I vote for, but they won't be, Democrats won't be getting none of my votes this time around. I'm part of the movement that's trying to get them out because I vote based on how my life is affected. My life ain't really affected by social justice stuff. I carry myself a certain way, and I know you can have stuff happen to you even when you carry yourself a certain way. Philando Castile, as an example, he was licensed, and that situation shouldn't have happened. But I try to also avoid circumstances, and you can't avoid every circumstance. But I put myself in the best position that I can, that those type of things don't affect me. So my vote is not based on that. I know it does affect some people, and I'll let y'all vote based on that. That's your choice. Um, if you are trying to vote on something that is affecting, you know, how I'm going to have to interact in my neighborhood, and it's not positive, if you try to affect my Second Amendment rights, because I want to be able to protect myself just like the people who don't care about the law, you know, use their stuff to do whatever they want to do. You know, if you're affecting that, then I'm not voting in that way either. So I'm just not going to get political. I just, kind of letting you know why you may see some rants every now and then on my profile regarding uh, politics because I want Democrats out. They've done nothing good for crypto at all. Nothing. There are a few Democrats who are aligning with some of the Republicans, and you've seen them. I won't waste time naming them here, that are trying to fix the crypto laws, but they're not in my district to vote. And I know that there has to be some global change right now because this is directly affecting my life. The craziness that they're trying to implement and the stuff that I'm trying to do to better my life. So I'm voting all the suckers out in the midterms and president. It is what it is. All right.